Hello everybody and welcome back to the Cycling Day YouTube channel. Today we break the news that Biniam Girmay has withdrawn from the Giro d'Italia 2022. Today we all woke up to some quite unsettling news. Yesterday, after Biniam Girmay tasted victory, the Eritrean for Gobert took his first ever Grand Tour stage win in the city of Jesi on stage 10 of the Giro d'Italia. He went up to the podium to take the trophy and take the honors of the stage victor. With this, he gets a complimentary bottle of Prosecco. With this bottle of Prosecco, well, he opens it straight directly. The cork goes right into his eye, causing quite a nasty eye injury. Well, he looks like he was laughing it off, sort of rubbing his eye a bit. But after he soon went to the race doctor, it seemed okay. We saw pictures afterwards of Biniam Girmay having some wine and celebrating with his teammates at the hotel in Jesi, but the news has now broken this morning. Biniam Girmay released a video on the Gobert Twitter account. It was also, they were getting whispers from Gazzetta dello Sport and from Dutch sources that he would withdraw. It has been confirmed by himself. He wants to rest up his words to give his eyes more power for the rest of the season. As a result of this incident, our medical sources are telling us that he has a hemorrhage of the left eye, which is obscuring his vision. And the Wanty team released a statement saying that this kind of injury doesn't necessarily threaten his eye in general, but as a precautionary measure, he shouldn't be taking part in intensive activities, which is a shame. It is a real shame that we are seeing Biniam Girmay withdraw as a result of what seems to be a really bizarre incident with a Prosecco cork causing his abandonment. It's not even anything racing related or anything else. It's just a silly incident on a podium. But I mean, the cycling world, it is completely unpredictable. What does this mean then for Biniam Girmay himself? Well, he's no longer in the Giro. In terms of where he'll go next, well, he might be heading back to his home nation of Eritrea. He doesn't reside in Europe. You most likely will go back home and then retrain for his new goals. We don't know if he's going to be heading off to the Tour de France or other Grand Tours. It looks like Intermarché are focusing on Christophe and Pasqualon for the Tour de France later this year. I don't know if Biniam Girmay was quite factored into that team, but we'll wait and see. He hasn't finished the Giro d'Italia, so he now has some more goals. It's not really a physical injury here. I'm sure his legs are still feeling as good as they were yesterday when he defeated Mathieu van der Poel to get the stage win on stage 10 of the Giro d'Italia. So it's going to be interesting to see how he rebuilds this season. He's in his video stating his withdrawal. He was very thankful for the team, very thankful for race doctors and so forth looking after him. So there's no bad blood between his team. It's not a decision that was out of his hands. It's something that he decided to do alongside his team and doctors' requests. What does this mean for the Giro d'Italia going forward? Well, it's a great absence route for this race. We've lost Biniam Girmay, one of the big, not only a headline grabber, but also one of the big personalities of this race. There was a huge amount of respect between all these champions, between Van der Poel, between Juan P. Lopez, Arnaud Démare even, and Biniam Girmay. So we're going to lose this energy and this presence, which was certainly going to be felt. We had a stage 12 that looked very good for Biniam Girmay, maybe even stage 13. But most of all, I think the Maglia Ciclamino competition is going to suffer. Now that Biniam Girmay has left, well, he was sitting just 3 points behind Arnaud Démare. Now that he is no longer in the race, Arnaud Démare's nearest competitor for the Maglia Ciclamino is Mathieu van der Poel at 90 points. This means there's a 61-point gap, which is almost too big here for Mathieu van der Poel. If he wants to win this, he'll have to start sprinting on flat stages and also searching out stage wins on the hill stages wherever he can. Now sitting in third place as well is Mark Cavendish, the British sprinter. Similarly, he's going to have to compete in every flat stage and hope that Démare pulls out or has one problem on one of these flat stages that wipes him out of the sprint. But for the time being, it's looking like the only thing separating Arnaud Démare from Maglia Ciclamino in Verona is abandonment. If Biniam Girmay stayed in this competition, it certainly would have been a lot closer. We would have had a real competition all the way to the Verona arena, especially with some hill stages on the cards, and Biniam Girmay's fighting spirit. So that's everything from our story of Biniam Girmay and how a Prosecco cork wiped him out of the Giro d'Italia. I mean, I've never seen this happen to any other professional cyclist, let alone an athlete, where the champagne or Prosecco cork does wipe them out of competition. And it is a real shame. I know many guys out here from Eritrea are tuning into the Giro d'Italia to watch Biniam Girmay. You still have Netnael Tesfatsion and Mahawi Kudus to support for the rest of this Giro d'Italia, but Biniam Girmay was the real guiding light. And I mean, same for Antomarche as well. They've lost a big part of their team going forward at this Giro d'Italia. If you're feeling a little bit down now that he's out of the race, well, you can tune into our videos where we dissect his victory against Mathieu van der Poel on stage 10 over on the main Cycling Dane channel. And also, we will be dissecting the rest of the Giro and also giving you live commentary from this Corsa Rosa over on the Cycling Danes main channel. And here on the Extra channel, we'll be picking apart these stages. Anyways, that's everything from us from this bizarre incident. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you around.